Hello guys, and welcome back to Logic Pro X tutorials. On this tutorial I'd like to talk about the loops on Logic Pro. Already I have all Logic open. I'm gonna click here new from template and I'm gonna choose empty project. It's already chosen, just click choose. Okay, this is the first window that appears where you choose software instrument, audio, drummer, guitar, bass, external MIDI. You can opt to check this box here, which will open your library, and I think is effective because already displays you a lot of content from bass, guitar, and other stuff. Loops, not loops, but sounds you can use, whatever recording real instruments or recording MIDI. I'm going to choose this one. Also here it appears the device I'm using, which is M-Audio Mobile Pre, and the number of tracks you want. I'm going to choose 4 tracks. This is really simple. Create. Okay, Logic Pro creates the 4 tracks. This is a bit of a mess around here on the windows, as you guys can see, but nothing too scary. You've got this window here, you've got this one, and you've got this one. This one on the right is part of the edit window. This is basically showing you the channel strip regarding any track you choose, and this is where you choose the sounds. You can switch them on and off by here, the library and the info panel. I'm going to need just the library, and automatically Logic Pro assigns one instrument to one track. The other tracks are yours to assign. So I'm going to assign to this track a bass. Just come here, bass, select. I ain't got much things here, much types of bass to select because I haven't done one thing, that is download the additional content. And if you see, sorry, my network is disconnected, it'll have thousands of loops and sounds, so maybe I'll do it later. I'll select the picket bass, and automatically Logic will put that on my first track. On the second track I can choose piano, and let's say Steinway grand piano. The icon is here alongside here on the track. And on the third track maybe synthesizer, a lead, 70s analog lead. So I've got 4 tracks here: bass, piano, synthesizer, and a classic electric piano. Now there are 2 ways to listen to these sounds. The obvious way is connecting your external MIDI keyboard, but if you don't have one, and those days they come ship, but if you don't have one anyway, or you're using this and you're not at home, just using your headphones like I'm doing right now, you don't have monitors of course I advise you to get monitors, studio monitors, to mix, not on headphones. Headphones are just for the details. I'm going to close my library, and the one great thing about this is you can type, of course, you can type your notes on the MIDI, creating a region, which is really simple. You just come here to this tool, choose the pencil, and now when I press command, the pencil will show visible. If I click here, automatically it creates a region. So if I double click on this region, it will open up the piano roll where the notes are. Okay, and the same way, pressing command, I can start putting here notes. But there's other way to close this. Just press P. Other ways to do, there are other ways to do is this, and they are pretty simple and pretty cool. I'm gonna delete this for now. Before that, let me just adjust the tempo, because I'm going to use the metronome. Let me adjust the tempo to it's 120. If I click with my mouse and come down to 100 BPMs, I think it's more comfortable for what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose classic electric piano, arm the track here on R, and you just press R to record. But one way, as I was saying, to do this is come here to Window, Show Musical Typing, or Command K, what I'm going to use now. Okay, this is basically your virtual keyboard. Of course, there are the letters, but you've got lots of things like pitch bend, octave, velocity, modulation. You can choose several octaves, sustain. So in this case, it's gonna sound like a piano. Okay, if you guys notice this, it already has a little reverb because Logic, when you create these kind of tracks, I'm gonna close this for now. If you come here to mixer, which is Command 2, you'll see the Logic automatically creates some buses, or I mean some auxiliary tracks, like lots of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 tracks right now. And you've got here some reverbs, as you guys can see here on the buses, and some EQs. They're probably they've got already some settings here, so you may want to use them because they're made for that. So you just have to send your sounds through the buses, like here in the first sound I have, where I have my bass guitar. I can send a reverb just like this bus, and then I have to choose here a lot of stuff. In this case I'll choose small room, and maybe I'm not going to use it, but just for the purposes of showing this. And this is the way it goes. Okay, this is better now. I'm using a 13-inch screen, so it doesn't fit everything like it should, but it's normal. Okay, so you also have different settings here to choose from, channel strips, you know, for every track. But remember that you have that additional download content installed on your hard drive, or that won't appear. More, you have your faders, pen, and if I close this window, go back to the edit window, we got nothing. So I'm gonna start recalling it again, my MIDI keyboard. Okay, and I'm gonna just, if I want to create something of mine, but using the loops at the same time, I can drag and drop loops, of course, MIDI, and start messing around with them. But if I want to do my own composition, I'd rather start like this. You could be recording a guitar, of course, or a real bass, but remember, this is a situation where you're not at home and you have not any gear, of course, and you start just typing some musical ideas, so later you can edit and record them properly with other sounds and tweak them the way you want. So I'm just going to record 2 chords, maybe just in C major and minor, and set the metronome and see what happens. So I'm going to press record and play. Okay, I made a bit of a mistake over there, but there's nothing wrong with that. You can change that. Double click on the region. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, this is the faulty note, but I'm going to do something, which is I'm going to select all the notes, and I'm going to use the quantize. So I just press here this button, and almost every note went to place except for that one. I'm gonna manually put in place. So let's listen. Put this on start. Okay, guys, now it's really important for you to notice that this is not a real composition. This is just for the purpose of showing how to work with loops and MIDI. So I'm gonna close this for now. Just press P, the piano roll goes, and it's 4 bars. If you notice here, there's this little gray here on the top, which is if you click here, it automatically activates cycle mode, which is looping. So when you start playing, even if the cursor is here, it goes to beginning. Okay. This comes in handy if you want to start a song and not worry about always pressing return. So right now, before I had some loop, I'm gonna just add some bass also. So I'm gonna recall again my keyboard. Okay, there's not much of a choice around here. Of course, I could do different composition with other notes, but I'm just gonna press A, which is C right now, and play record along with the classic piano. So here it goes. Okay, close this. Let's check if there's some errors here. Everything seems nice. Probably I want to increase the length of each note, except for this one, which is going out of the grid. Okay, this way they'll stay more close to each other, and there's no they won't stop. There won't be much of a lag between them. Okay, this one, let me just adjust this one to the beginning, or it won't play if it's not on the beginning of the grid. Close this again. Okay, let's listen to this. Nothing fancy. The sound of the bass is really, it's MIDI, but you have to understand something. If I come here to my Spectre window, and I have here the XS24 plugin working with a preset picked rock bass, and after that I've got a compressor, overdrive and exciter, but also I have this bass amp. So in theory you put this kind of simulation so you can turn your MIDI into a real more similar to a real bass. You can of course choose whatever amp you want. Let's listen. And adjust everything to your like. I'm not going to spend much time on this, so close the info panel. Now I'm going to start adding a loop. I need a drum. I can go and get a new track, and a new track could be a drummer. Okay, this is a great feature on new Logic and new GarageBand also, and automatically opens a series of drum players with lots of things to choose from, and I'll add that later, but for now I'm going to choose loops, which they are here, and I want all drums, and now I'm going to choose here acoustic to narrow the search, and as I click in one, you guys will listen to the preview. If I like it, I'll add it. Okay, seems nice. So I don't have to create a new track for this. I have just to drag and drop this to my edit window. Automatically creates a track for you, and the wave is there. Let's listen back to what is happening now. If you guys notice, this track, aside from drums, it had something of a bass over there, but no problem. Now I'm gonna add reset here. I'm gonna add some percussion here. Let's see what we have here. Okay, this Turkish is calm. One thing to remind is that all the loops you choose will conform to tempo. The tempo you have chosen on your session. So if I drag and drop this, it will stay automatically at 100 BPMs, and it will do that for you. So now don't have to worry and won't lose any quality to it. So let's listen. If you want to have this loop has 4 bars, this has only 2 bars. So you guys can see if I place my cursor here on the top of the waveform, it'll come 2 symbols. This one is for loop, so I just click and drag till the end of the 4 bars. So now I got all the time I need. Remember guys, this is in cycle mode, so it's always the same thing. Now I'm gonna try to add some analog lead and close the loops for now. So I'm gonna recall my typing. I'm gonna do just a test before I record. There you go. Okay, this will do, recording. Alright, that was in time, I think. Let's see a piano. Command K. Let's up an octave here. Oh, no, not here, it's here. Let's check it out. Just one note goes like this. Recording now. Okay, this is enough. So we've got here some interesting stuff by now. Let's check it out. I didn't hear the piano, so this comes to me that the first note is not on the grid. So let's check out this. Zoom to fit. Now it's on the grid. Also, one thing I like to mention is you can change the volume of the notes you've just played automatically, or you can change them manually. If you go here and choose velocity tool and you press command, I can increase the volume. Let's see. It's not playing because it's not going to the grid where I want it to go. Okay, right now I think it'll stay where I want. Also, if you want to make things more interesting, you can add some delay to this piano, and it'll come cool because it's just one string, one note. So I'll solo it. I'm going to my mixer, pressing Command 2, and I'm gonna play this. But it already comes with a tape delay. I didn't notice that, but it's I think we don't hear it. Let's see. Okay, let me just increase here the wet signal. Alright, so let's check out this. Unsolo this, close this window, we'll go back to the edit window. Take the one thing to take in account is also in preferences. In advanced, all of these things are enabled except for surround because I don't use it, but it's important to see all the advanced tools on Logic. So you guys make sure you check all these boxes, okay? So let's hear and see what it sounds like right now. Let me just go here to this synth, which I am playing to the first note. Okay, and now I'll make the length of this one. Going to the mixer right now and check out for volumes to see what's louder or it's not. Let's add some panoramics also to the sound. I'm going to copy this tape delay and put it here on the classic piano. So let's just hear the piano. Really cool. So I'm going to pan this the other way around here, and the piano around here. And now let's check both. a cool how it fades away. Let's add some delay to this with buzz large with a big plate. Let's see. Okay, more of an atmosphere song. Everything in context right now. Let's close this mix window. So as you guys can see, it's really easy to start a song, and basically using just one chord, I can stay here all night and add more drum loops, more stuff which I'll do later on the video, on the next video, and I add some interesting stuff also. I've done here some EQ and some faders, movement, some pan, which I wasn't supposed to do right now, but just in the next video, but I couldn't help it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and on the next video I'll try to add something more to this project. You can do your own stuff while watching this. It's really simple, nothing too fancy. Of course, there are advanced features you can then learn when you're editing and you're mixing, but it's basically all the stuff there is to know when you're creating music. Don't forget that being MIDI, you can change any sound is here, okay? If you don't like this electric piano, you can put, say, like a Fender Rhodes or Litzer or something like that, or even the bass. Well, this is just to record some ideas and later work it at your own studio. So thanks for watching. In the next video, I'll be editing this, adding more loops, and probably recording an instrument. Cheers and subscribe.